Hi guys, Brian here. I'm at Detroit and Sunset, and that's called Consumer Liquor Store. And we can take a little walk along here, but I'm going to start with this. Consumer Liquor Store it's a dumpy little, I've been there. It's a livable place. It's an old place. Back in the mid 1980s, there was a rock band that had been put together by a bunch of guys. A lot of them were from here. Some of them went to Fairfax High and stuff like that. And they would play the clubs down along the strip, further down that way, down along the strip. And they put up posters in different areas. Obviously, you get people, and you're developing songs, and you got certain songs that your fans like, and you want to get a record contract, and you got to have really good songs. Well, they had one day, they had a song that they had written the music for, but they didn't have the words for. And so one night they had left one of the gigs on Sunset Boulevard, and apparently they're walking down Palm Avenue drinking this cheap-ass wine called Night Train. And one of them just screamed out, "I'm on the night train!" And they all began just writing this song as they walked along. And the band is obviously Guns N' Roses. Oh, there they are. Hi, guys. So this is the liquor store where they bought a lot of that booze, called Night Train. Now, Axl Rose, in doing concerts, he would often say to the people in the audience, right next to the Thunderbird is Night Train, and it's cost less, and it'll fuck you up twice as much as Thunderbird. It was cheap-ass wine. I mean, it really was. It was just freaking cheap wine. But this is where they bought it. Night Train, by the way, is the third song on their first album. It's also, by the way, according to Guitar Magazine, the 8th best drinking song ever written, apparently. So there's that. So coming to you here from home of Night Train. Well, actually, I'm going to go for a little bit of walk down that way because they got something I want to show you. So here's the deal. Once upon a time, there was a guy named Wally Amos. And Wally Amos was from Tallahassee. And when he was about 12 years old, he went to live with his aunt. And she was a baker. She baked a lot. She loved baking cookies. And he learned how to bake cookies. Well, after he gets out of the Air Force, Wally Amos gets a job at the William Morris Agency as an agent. And being a baker and, getting your foot in the door, yada, 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 whatever, he would bake cookies and things like this. He had this great recipe for chocolate chip cookies. So he would bake these cookies. He would give them to celebrities to get them, on his side to suck up, whatever, however you want to put it. Well, eventually they became so popular that Helen Reddy and Marvin Gaye gave him $25,000 to open up a business, and that's how this began. This is the very first ever Famous Amos chocolate chip cookie store. You can see there, it's Famous Amos Square, opening in 1975. Within the first year, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he did $30,000, and then the first year after that, he did $1 million, and then it was up to $12 million within like 10 years. So however that works out. But this is it. Now it's called Bossa Nova. It's a Brazilian pizza place, and I've eaten here. It's actually very good, although I'm not sure what makes it Brazilian. That's not the point. But that, my friends, is the very first ever Famous Amos chocolate chip cookie store. And if you go online, you can actually find pictures of Wally standing in front of the place, which is kind of cool. All right, we're going to head down the street again. So here's the thing. As I'm walking down Sunset here, I got one more thing I want to show you. And this is all just within a couple of blocks of each other. That's the cool thing about this. One of the places I like to go shopping, I don't do it as much anymore, but COVID thing and all this kind of stuff. But anyway, there's a Ralph's right here. You see Ralph's. Look it up on Google. Just go to Google, type in Rock and Roll Ralph's. This was when I first got here. This was my supermarket until I moved over into the Hip Valley. But this was my main supermarket for quite a long time. The thing about it is, everybody that lives up there, celebrity-wise, this is where they shop. Okay? So, you know what's weird? You're running into Billy Idol at like 11 o'clock at night in the frozen food section, okay? Stuff like that. Now, you see people here lots of times. One of these days, I'm going to wear a GoPro and go shopping here because I know I recognize people that I recognize, but I don't know who they are. You know what I mean? Um, and that happens. I mean, that's just how that is. So that's kind of fun. So otherwise, it's just a really, first of all, I'm rather fond of the store anyway. Oh, quick story. Okay, so one day I'm in here and I'm buying portobello mushrooms. And as I'm standing there picking up these big portobello mushroom caps, this woman, I hear this voice behind me, and this woman's voice says, "So, how are the shrooms today?" And I turned around and went, "They're really good." God, hi. They're really good. And I had a 10-minute conversation about how I cook portobello mushrooms with Sandra Bullock, who used to live up in the hills behind us here. And she was lovely. She's really nice to talk to. But she's like, jotting down my recipe. I'm like, no, you take fresh garlic and you slice the mushrooms thin and all this kind of stuff. Inside, I'm dying. Okay, but outside, I was like, okay, here's what but, that kind of thing happens. And it's Rock and Roll Ralph. So if you ever had a chance, there's part of the experience of vacationing here that you don't realize because we live here. But act like a normal person, like you live here, and you'll see more. That's the best way I can put it. So coming to you live. Oh, by the way, if you like this video, let your friends know, share it, subscribe to my channel, things like that. And if you have requests, let me know because I will do requests on whatever you want to hear about. Other than that, coming to you from Rock and Roll Ralph. You guys wear your masks and have a really great day. And thanks very much for just liking what I do. I'll talk to you later.